Welcome, welcome. We're here at the Pine Knot Lodge with episode, I think, number 7 on the Journey Unknown.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, but we're up there.
We're up there. I think it's 7. Journey Unknown podcast. Got the regulars, me and Swilly here. We're going to call Trevor here in a minute. He's down south a little ways. The last time you heard us, I guess we talked to Alton, right?
Yep.
He was here.
Alton.
We've had Christmas. Hopefully everybody had a good, safe, fun Christmas and a good gathering. I know I did.
Yep.
Really enjoyed it. Kids got more than they needed. Thanks to Santa Claus.
That was the best feeling is seeing my daughter. We got her a little iPad or iPod, and she'd been wanting a phone forever.
Yeah.
And so we was like, well, we'll get her a little iPod, and we can sync that up to my iTunes account, and she can at least text me,
Yeah.
And so we saved that present for last, and boy, she was opening that sucker up, man. As soon as she seen it, boy, her eyes got that big. I was like,
I can only imagine.
That's cool.
Well, she's getting age now. She could be able to reach you for something, you know. It ain't like she can just get on there and have free roam.
Yeah.
That's what scares me. It scares me to death.
I know.
God,
mobile phones and little children, like my niece.
I don't need a phone half the time, let alone my kids. Jeez.
That social media and, I mean, just the everything you can do on them is scary.
Yeah.
It's scary for an adult.
Yes.
Much less a brain that hasn't been developed yet, and you're shooting a million
ideas.
Hey,
they're fine, dude. 4-year-olds can determine what gender they are nowadays.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's a scary world out there.
Man, so today is December 29th. We got New Year's Eve in a couple of days, so that's kind of what's happening. We're going to try to get this dropped tonight, let it ready for tomorrow morning, which will be Tuesday the 30th. We're trying to shoot for Tuesdays at like 4 a.m. on YouTube and Spotify. I've got to work on the iTunes, is it iTunes or Apple Podcast?
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to work on that. I've got to create another account called an RSS account. Anybody that does podcasting, it probably knows all that crap and they're laughing because I'm making this way harder on me. But we're gonna get something rolling. We got one camera rolling. We're gonna call Trevor and see what's up. You ready?
Let's give him a call.
Let's give him a call.
See what he's up to.
Let's see here.
See if this audio actually works on here.
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention if it did or not. What's that number?
I can
3?
hear it.
What's that number 3 spoke to?
And we're live.
Hey, I can hear you.
It's like a 6 or 7.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Man, you look pretty as ever.
Thank you. At first I had my hat off, and yesterday I tried to cut my own hair because it was getting too long. 2 things. I'm not a barber, and there's not a mirror anywhere on this boat.
You have to have a mirror.
Yeah,
so 2 of them.
I got a haircut made for the radio.
Well,
yeah, that's what you're on right now.
You're on web radio.
Web radio.
Yeah. So we had Christmas here. You had Christmas by yourself on the boat.
Yeah.
Did you see Santa?
Mm-hmm. No Santa. I've seen a lot of the back of my eyelids.
Yeah.
I was trying to sleep it away. I'm finally getting off here in a couple days, but on Thursday morning, I believe I'm going to go back to the other spot. I'll get my bow, and I'll be able to shoot. I didn't bring it to this one. So.
Well, it'll be right a month away from Texas trip, which is where you're at.
From where I'm at, it's actually a little bit further than when they said Corpus. It's like an hour away. So we're not actually in Corpus. We're on this refuge that's like 45 minutes just onto the refuge driving. So it's really like a 2-hour drive, which either way is better than the 14 or 15 that y'all are about.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at some planes yesterday. I mean, if I had my pilot's license, we could just fly down there. And
my neighbor's got a pilot license.
Well, what's he going to offer?
Dude,
I don't know.
Dude, that'd be cool.
I'd ride.
Honestly, when you guys get dates, if you wanted to fly, I don't know that it would be cheaper than gas.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I could. Is Derek considering flying in?
Yeah, he's considered flying to me or flying to San Antonio and us picking him up on the way in.
San Antonio or Houston?
Well, I think which one's closer? I think San Antonio's closer, isn't it?
It might be. I don't know. I'm in Houston right now. I'm got like Houston Ship Channel, like in Galveston Bay.
Yeah,
but
I don't geometry very well.
Houston, yeah. Houston would be like 4 hours, which isn't bad if it was timed out right. Whereas you were coming through.
I think San Antonio is like 2 hours away, maybe.
It may be.
I don't know. Well, I'll look on the map. I got to give Jeff a call again, we'll talk about South Texas bucks and bows. We got a trip coming up in a month. This will be my 4th year going down. This will be your 3rd.
Yep.
Right?
3rd year.
And he said me and Tony's been down there 4 times. We got a few other guys talking about going. I think it's the week leading to Valentine's Day. So I've got to see if hopefully he can get us a weekend spot because I don't care to take a full week vacation and go down there if I can afford it. I'm a little strapped on the funds, but yeah, we'll see. I got to let other guys know too. We got a few guys with babies trying to be born or like trying to be here for the baby or something. I don't know, weirdos, but
yeah,
they made his trip is so much fun, and he's already down there and should be able to get off, which is great. Because like,
give me the dates. I don't know that I'd be able to take a whole week, but I'll.
Could you get off? Could you get off during the week at some point if that's all we could do, or do it have to be weekend?
I'll call them and put in vacation.
Okay,
like,
well,
once we get a date, I got a week of vacation that I got to use. I'm gonna have to sell back like April 1st.
Yeah. Which
I'm gonna be on here until middle of March or whatever. So
yeah.
I'm gonna have to use it. But I'll call them and tell them like, hey, I'm getting off for a few days. Like,
yeah.
I don't know that like I ain't gonna be able to get off a full week, but I'll definitely at least get 3 days.
Okay. Well, that'd be plenty. I'll just call Jeff and see if he's got a slotted only for the week, or if we could swing in for the weekend too. Because it'd be nice to see Ronnie and Brad with Antler Edge. You know, another guys out of Oklahoma. That's our mineral and protein partnerships. They're coming there the week after we're supposed to be there, so if we could catch the beginning of them at our tail end. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Also, just you can't fly. I just now thought about that. We got to pick up. We got to bring mounts back.
Yeah, I've got a desert painted ram. You've got an Audad, and Tony has a full velvet Axis. At the taxidermy.
You guys are bringing them back this time?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, should be. I haven't heard anything.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I haven't heard. And if it's not ready, my pocketbook will thank me. If we can get the trailer sold before then, I'll be fine. I mean, it'll be good. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. We're supposed to have it sold. But anyway, so we got New Year's Eve coming up. You're going to be off after that, I guess, is whenever you go back to the boat?
New Year's Eve?
Yeah, that's Thursday. You said you're coming back the 3rd, or in a few days?
Oh, Thursday. I'm going back Thursday.
Dude, so you're going to have zero. You done drank all your beer on the boat, so now you can't.
Oh, I got to drive back there. I'm buying.
Well, I just mean for New Year's Eve, you're gonna be partying sober alone.
Yeah, I won't be able to. If I get off, is New Year's Day Thursday, or is it New Year's?
Yeah, New Year's Day is Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No beer for me.
Well, you should have saved you at least a 6-pack.
I think I got one beer left.
Yeah.
But
well, me and Swilly is on energy drinks tonight.
I just drank.
I almost poured a bourbon, but I didn't.
Cup of coffee I've ever drank.
No, I actually did mean to make.
That sound good.
I meant to make a. You know what? I'm gonna tell Alexa to make me a cup of coffee.
Phone down some.
Yeah, let me take
room
this.
service.
Yeah, chat it for a second. I'm gonna text her. Give me a cup of coffee.
So, how long are you on the boat this time for?
I think I got like 75 days left, or something like that.
Is this like one of the longest times you've ever been on, or is this a normal thing for you?
No, this will be the longest that I've rode. We had a guy get burnt. He got burnt real bad on the boat a couple of years ago. And I rode a 10-week trip, and then I took like 2 days off, and went straight back for like 8 weeks. So I'd do like 18 or whatever. This would be the longest straight.
You were gone all summer that year, literally all summer.
Yeah, I was on the boat though.
Did you come off for Bow Fest? Is that the only time you came off? It was late July.
Yep.
Right,
because I got off for Bow Fest. Yeah,
Bow Fest is the last weekend in July, correct?
Yep. I got off for that and went back, and I rode a lot that year in total. I rode 315 days or something.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Is that whenever? So Trevor's really notorious for coming off the boat. I have his brand new bow that is a 34-inch draw and a lefty. I'm a 29.5 and a righty, and I gotta like half-ass his stuff together to get to either a hunt or to a tournament. Yeah. And he's like, grab my bow and get my camera gear and meet me because I'm off the boat. It's all the time.
At least I'll have it.
Yeah, that's good.
I still got like my hunting setup. I still got all my broadheads on my corner.
Hey, wasn't your sight jacked up? Didn't you
Yeah, I got it.
You got it fixed?
Yeah, I didn't get it fixed. I fixed it to where it shot fine after that.
Okay.
I haven't, but yeah, it did do some weird shit. Which like you said, I looked into it. It has a lifetime warranty.
Yeah,
or whatever, so
I would definitely try to
it
get
must have
that taken care of.
replaced. Yeah, if I do get it replaced, I might get the OD green. I don't know if they may have to send the exact same one, but if I can change the color, I might change it to green. I thought it would look really good with green or tan strings and a tan sight, but the sight kind of sticks out. So if I got the green,
Yeah, it's a little more brown than it is tan, kind of.
Yeah.
But Dial's got that 3-pin now that it's adjustable per pin, vertical. I think they're the first ones to come out with it.
What's their new sight called?
Man, I don't know. I could look it up and see.
Nah.
Yeah, it's Dial
Hey,
something.
Swilly, you gonna try to come down next year, this year, whatever, next year to Texas?
Man, I'd like to make a trip down there. Every time I hear you guys talk about it, it's pretty exciting. I know this year I've got Iowa I've got to save up for.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you got drawn.
Yeah, well, not yet.
We
but
should. We're all in the same boat.
But you'll be in. This will be your 6th year.
I think this will be our 7th year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be 7.
Yeah, because I was going to try to put in last year, but money was kind of an option then too, and I didn't really have a whole lot. So I talked, and Alton just had a brand new baby, so I talked him into just buying a preference point. And let's do it this year. So we're going to try.
Yeah,
it's not a guarantee, but I'd say we got a pretty good shot.
Should.
I hope you guys do, and if it works out to where I can get off the boat or be off the boat or whatever, then I'd like to go up there and film.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Hopefully it's what I've always dreamed about. You know, you see all these hunting shows, and that's just like a bow hunter's dream. You want to go to Iowa.
Yeah.
I always hear, it's because it's Iowa, it doesn't mean there's a 150 around every tree. But anybody that now goes up there and gets drawn, they're like, there is nothing like Iowa. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you go across the Missouri line, and it's, like, different. They just, their management practices, and they don't have crossbows during the bow season. Actually, I don't even know if they allow crossbows at all.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's shot with shotgun only and stuff, or, you know.
I've heard
4 points on one side, I think, in most of their counties.
Yeah.
They manage their. I seen a podcast like last week, or I don't know, maybe longer than that. But there was a guy talking who was a hunter. He wasn't like super famous, but he was really successful. Had a hunting room that had probably 30 mounts in there of deer that was 150
crazy.
class or better. But he said that he thinks if Missouri would monitor, their Department of Conservation would be as good and like for the hunting or whatever, if they would manage their areas better and set strict like their regulations different and stuff. He thinks that Missouri would be the best state in all the United States to hunt, but Iowa is just so much better than we are.
I've heard that from so many different people.
Especially the northern part.
Yeah.
What's that?
I've heard that from a lot of different people. We might have been listening to the same podcast, too, because it was like it might have been an Ohio representative on the Hunter podcast, I think, who was talking about it, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe a Pennsylvania guy. But like anybody that knows anybody and does anything big, they all say that. And I think it might have been the last podcast we talked about, or I mentioned it because we've got the opportunity. And like today, the Hunter podcast had mentioned that thankfully Missouri has listened to us a little bit and took away the CWD nomenclature. But it's still up in the air because they can still come in and like claim CWD in counties, but they don't have territories or something with it. So they did at least say that they are listening and our voice has been heard. We just got to work on some other stuff, but some of it's too much of a money racket to get out of the question.
Whenever the CWD started, it started out as like 4 or 5 counties, and then it turned into like 85% of the counties in Missouri.
Oh, and the culling. The culling was a big one. That's
culling. What's that?
Like shooting all the coal deer
gotcha.
or late season practices, because they're like, man, you're killing so many deer in late season. Like right now, another thing I was want to talk about is like the antlers are dropping, dude.
Oh yeah.
Unless they freshly drop and you can see that circle on their head through their thermals, within a day or two, that's going to be same temperature as the rest of their body. It ain't going to be bloody.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're shooting?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I've gotten a few different pictures now of deer that's dropped both sides, you know.
That's crazy.
And this late season, after they ran down in the rut, their necks are getting thin. Like some of those deer that would look like does. I mean, like the body is going to be hard at this point of the year to tell too. But talking about the CWD, or not CWD, sorry, the Iowa and Missouri, like the difference in them. Like a lot of people say that Missouri has that potential, but it is still far and away Iowa. Like if you watch Drury Outdoors, they kill monsters.
Oh,
but if you look like Terry and his Missouri farm and Illinois farm, and then Mark has the Missouri and the Iowa and different places, go down to Texas. But you look at some of the deer they kill in Iowa, then they'll kill a deer that's an absolute giant, 180-something inch deer. But they'll be like, biggest Missouri buck. No, like, but the biggest Missouri buck or by this person, or biggest buck in Drury Outdoors history by this person, or whatever, or in their life. But then they'll kill a deer in Iowa every year that's still bigger than that one. You know what I mean? Like,
they're just bigger bodied. I mean, just
Alton, talking about them brat bucks last podcast.
The brat bucks.
Alton actually knows the terminology for the subspecies of what type of. I've never heard that until Alton said something about it. But
I was trying to explain that to Alexa the other day. She's like, "No, it's not." I'm like, yeah, so
they're different subspecies of deer.
Right.
What do you mean? Like, what are Iowa and Missouri?
Yeah, and then you got Texas, and then you've got Florida,
East Coast. The New England territory. It's all territorial. Like literally, they're like, well, what if you brought a South Carolina or a Florida deer into Missouri? Would it get bigger? And like evolution wise, or maybe that's not the right word, but yeah, adapting eventually they might. But they said I don't think they're ever really going to get as big. They're just a different genetic makeup, and biologists will be the one to answer that. But it's
then you go up to like
deer.
Maine.
Yeah,
they say the deer up there in Maine, like 400 pounders, just tanks walking.
Big old bucks, man, and like it's they're just different, literally like different breeds.
And like until talking to Alton, I never really realized that. I thought it was just because of what they ate. They had more food prevalent, so they was going to grow bigger.
That's what I thought too.
A lot to do with it too, but I mean, genetics can only take you so far.
Yep.
Yeah. You look at. Just like humans, from not necessarily in the United States, but like the average size of the height and weight of an average male in Germany versus here in the United States or different stuff.
Yeah, or Japan or
Japan, India, or whatever. The deer around here do look like down here in South Texas. I was looking at some of them, which I know that they're Jeff's. They have deer, but I was looking at some of these deer. I'm like, me and Tyler, one of the guys I'm riding with, he's a huge in the hunt. He's the one I was telling you about. He's like, man, some of these deer. He's like, there's not any one thing that we can like pinpoint, but it's like they just look a little bit different, But all of them do, It's not like some of them. Like, man, they're obviously lighter, like way lighter colored.
They are, and the usually darker antlers.
Oh,
Dark Vader.
Black. Like some of the antlers we've been looking. Me and him drove by a nice 8-point. Well, it was pretty and even 8-point. It was probably like 105 inches. But standing on the side of the road, we were 25 yards from it before we realized that it had horns on its head. It was the darkest set of horns I'd seen ever. And all the bucks, not every one of them, but most of them, it seemed like their antlers were almost black.
That gives me another question. I've also heard that deer antlers, sometimes it is genetically, but their color of them has to depend on a lot of what they're rubbing on, or maybe even their diet. But like Texas, I mean, I guess a lot of it's like the mesquite and stuff, and
sage, and
so
whatever.
I wonder if that just comes off real dark. But I was thinking when they break, they're more of like a whiter color, like an oak color to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder. Maybe genetics has more to do with it than the timber. But a lot of times I've seen up here, like if you see a dark rack, well, they're in the pines and the cedars. You see a white rack, they're in the oaks and stuff. Kind of gives you an idea of where they're homing at or ranging. I don't know. That just crossed my mind because Texas typically has a lot darker rack to them.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not like it's got a bunch of. Well, I guess it does have thickets and stuff, don't it? But it's not like our thickets.
Yeah, it's a lot of thorn trees. Well, what are them called? Thorn trees.
Locust trees.
Yeah, like a locust. There's a lot of that in the mesquite and in the cactus, and
the deer down here, and the area where I was at is Aransas Wildlife Refuge is where we're hunting on.
Aransas?
Yeah.
Can I get that in a sentence, please?
It felt like Arkansas without the K.
Oh, no kidding?
And, yeah, because when I pulled into Aransas County, after I drove and I thought I was like 2 hours away, when I pulled in, it said Arkansas, or what I thought I read, right when I was like 2 hours from, not 2 hours, 20 minutes from getting to the job site after I drove 15 hours, 17 hours. I saw Aransas like line or county line or whatever, and I didn't see the county line at first. I just saw it, and I was like, did I drop a pin somewhere in Arkansas on accident? I thought that I made it all the way back to Arkansas, and then I looked and it was Aransas. But that wildlife refuge,
so bad.
Yeah, they got everything down here.
Is that where you've been snapping me driving around? Is that that?
Yeah. Deer, coyote, I've seen bobcats, hogs.
Is it a lot bigger place?
Oh, it's 20-something thousand acres.
Yeah, because the antlers there looked bigger than like what Jeff. Which Jeff has a lot of younger deer and just kind of starting to manage his property. So and I don't know what, because they kind of buy their own genetics. Maybe he. I don't know what kind of class he's going after. He's definitely going after the 200-inch deer, but he's got some 170s.
Oh, yeah. Even though it's within a couple hours of each other, it's completely different.
Look a lot more green.
To where you feel like we're over at Jeff. You have, it looks like you're in the desert, man.
Yeah.
And you kind of are.
Yeah.
A lot of cactus and stuff like that. Even though it's only a couple-hour drive, literally like 2 hours, it's nothing like that. It's way closer to back home. But I'm just in a weird spot, like where we're down there. Like I said, there's what are those hogs called? Not the hogs.
Peccaries.
What?
Peccary?
No, it's like the gosh, wow. I said it.
The javelina.
That's the subspecies.
Is it really?
I think so.
I thought a peccary was a bird. You want to see a peccary?
It's but they have hogs. Like I've seen a bunch of coyote already.
Yeah.
Bobcats, alligator, dolphins.
Dolphins.
Big bucks.
See any rattlesnakes?
Yeah. I ain't seen no rattlesnakes, but they said that they're like bad down in the area. A couple of the other guys said that they walked up on this was been a few months ago. It would have been in like October. It was still really hot down here, but down there where they're at.
Probably still is sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of rattlesnakes. They walked up on like a rattlesnake den or nest or whatever you want to call it. It's all rolled up. That would. Yep. Don't want to mess with that.
I'd bring me my brown pants, man. I don't like snakes. Mm-mm. I've never. The only time I've ever walked up on a rattlesnake was in Texas, and when was that? February or March? Early March.
The first week of March, because it was right after we got on crawling.
It wasn't
around
last year.
No,
it was earlier than that. Because last year we went first week of March. The year before that we were like first week of February, and it was 2 years ago when we had a rattlesnake. It wasn't last year.
I thought it was March. I was thinking it was. I went down there on Dad's birthday for some reason. But either way, I didn't think that.
I don't know if she got my coffee message.
Because the nights were still pretty cold, hoodie weather. The days by the evening time it was ready to be in shorts.
Yeah.
We were fucking crawling around and doing all kinds of stuff, looking through those thermals, and then they're like, "Yeah, we've killed 20 rattlesnakes in the last week." And
they said the neighbor farm killed hundreds. Or like the neighbors.
Yeah.
They went on a rattlesnake killing spree.
You ever ate rattlesnake?
When I was young, I had.
Yeah.
I have not.
It ain't that bad.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
It ain't something I'd like go after on a daily basis.
No, I wouldn't go after him at all.
No.
Now his dad, oh, I was a little kid, man, and Dad, he always says if my dad comes in with a potato sack or a bucket and says to look in it, don't.
Or his lunchbox.
His lunchbox. He thinks it's fun. He just catches them damn things and just lets them out and plays with them like this little stray cat, man. And like, no, thank you. His dad's like my second dad, but dadgum, he's cruel and unusual punishment when it comes to snakes.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I'm not scared of them at all.
Are you a snake guy?
No. Logan.
No.
When we was in high school, Logan's mom used to have this rat snake. It was in a cage. And anyways, I was sitting there in the living room one time. Logan comes up, sneaks up behind me, and puts that sucker around my neck. I told him, I was like, dude, if you don't want this thing, to not get hurt, I was like, take it off me now. I was like, I don't like it. I said, it gives me the creeps.
Oh,
I don't mind snakes. Like if I see one, I'm fine. But as long as you stay there and I'm, but you fall on me or something like that or touch me, I'm not.
Have you ever ran into one of them split heads or flat heads?
Oh, those puff adders?
Yeah.
Hognose
snakes. Dude, they look like they could just eat you alive. But they're not poisonous or something. I guess
they're a bunch of, they're like basically wimps.
Yeah, I didn't know I don't think they have the teeth really. I think they just have like a gummy.
I remember when I was a kid, I was walking around Miller Lake up there off 21 with my grandma, and I had one come up, and that sucker raised up, spread its neck, and I was like, Grandma, there's a cobra.
I about stepped on one at Holiday Landing, and I was in flip-flops, and Dad laughed. He knew the snake, and they're ugly and look mean, but
they'll just roll over and play dead. You know? But that's
kind of like the big old garden spiders that's fist size in your woods in early season or like in South Carolina.
Yeah,
they're basically harmless, but they look like they'd swallow a small child.
This.
Those yellow and black ones, Trevor. You know what I'm talking about?
They have these big like fruit.
That's another thing for them too is fruit spiders.
In Hawaii, and they would be like this.
Ooh,
yeah. What color are they? Are they black and yellow?
I feel like black and yellow or something.
Do you know which ones I'm talking about?
I think they're black and yellow.
Maybe they ain't banana spiders.
Well, they also call banana spiders are poisonous. Those are like
you ever heard the effects them suckers will give you?
I knew it was bad.
Like they say, if you and
29 Palms had them.
I'm not a scientist like this, but I read this somewhere that if
in a book,
if a banana spider bites you, it will give you a painful erection. I was like, I gotta find me one of them.
If it lasts longer than 4 hours, do I see a doctor? My wife be carrying banana spiders all through the house. Are you serious though?
That's what I've read. Yeah.
No boner.
I'd be scared.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting bit by stuff, this is kind of off subject. Do you remember in 3rd grade, Scott?
Oh yeah.
When I got bit by that African rat.
Yeah. Crystal something brought in that rat.
Crystal Robinson.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You're playing one of them things, a big old African rat.
African rat?
Yeah. From the African plains.
They walk on their hind legs. They're literally
like 20, 30 pounds. Like a big muskrat. Oh, I'll be dang.
No, it ain't 20 or 30 pounds, but it was like a big.
Hey, that thing wasn't no joke. Thanks, Boo. You can say hi to the camera.
2 of them.
People like you.
Hi, camera.
No, that one.
What up, dog?
Yeah, see, okay, this is
Thanks, babe.
What do you call it? AI, but it says, aside from causing intense pain, the venom of the spider can also cause priapism in humans. Erections resulting from the bite are uncomfortable, can last for many hours, and can lead to impotence.
Yeah, that's what they.
Wow.
That's what they got the medicine. They pulled the.
So think about it.
Compound out of those, and that was like part of the starting things of Viagra or something. Wasn't that?
See, I don't know which one's bullshitting me and what's telling the truth.
I don't know, but I'm looking every time I eat a banana now.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's not a bad venom right there.
Might get me a little
it may permanently enlarge your urethra. Okay.
Tempt me with a good time. You know that show on TV that they used to pick up venomous
Spider-Man.
Yeah, and they'd let it bite you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he lets things sting him and anything poisonous
just to see what the bite does to you.
If
I ever had a banana spiders on there, I'd be like, pick me.
Yeah. Give me the blonde and a spider.
Yeah, they gotta get.
Just kidding, Megan. We wouldn't say that.
No.
Screw that.
Yeah.
God, who would want to do that? Just get bit or allow something to be like, I'm going to do this for views, which it gets views.
Somebody with some damn good health care.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
Hey, so have you heard about the ATA this year? Archery trade show?
No.
It's open to the public in Indianapolis.
Ooh, I've been there before.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to ATA.
Man,
back in the day, you had to be invited by an owner of a bow shop or something, and me and Justin Campbell talked about it one time, and I was gonna go, but I never.
I thought you went to one when Akron first started.
No,
was it just
talking about it? I always wanted to, but
what is it y'all went to and stood in line for Lee and Tiffany?
What was that? That was it was called like the Deer Expo in Alabama.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that was It wasn't Lee and Tiffany. It was what is her name?
Was one of the-
muzzleloader dude.
Winchester?
No, Eva Shockey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of my buddies had a big crush on her, so he wanted to go talk to her.
Her name was Dustin Witten Swilly.
No, I remember I was like, well, heck, let's go talk to her. So he had his GoPro running while we were sitting there in line, and she looked down. She's like, is that GoPro running? He's like, yeah. And she's like, would you mind turning it off? And he's like, yeah. I mean, his face turned beet red.
Man.
I'm like, ooh.
That's funny. No, I would love to go to ATA, and it's not expensive to go at all. It's just getting there. Like I'm really contemplating like going for a day. It's like $50 a person.
Where's it at?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Birdsong's going to be there. He announced it the other day because they're doing like so many days for not consumers. So many days for like what's that word called when people are actually working in the industry? Like
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Words don't come to my head.
yeah. Anyway,
Content
Not a
creators.
yeah, it's like it's for the business.
people
It's
that
like
work
it's like business first, and then they're letting people in for a couple of days. But they're also doing like professional shoots. They're
Really?
doing like bow hunter shoots, kids shoots. Like they're actually having competitions there, and like anybody can enter. If I was shooting, I would consider trying to make it through the first line of the bow hunter class. But they're having some things there, and a bunch of competitions, and it'd be cool, man. It's like I said, $50 a person.
You got a fly on your face, Trevor.
Yeah, I almost told you that, but it's on my computer.
What?
I gotta fly. Then we've had this warm weather and rain last couple days, and now it's turned off cold. And all the flies are inside trying to protect
Yeah,
themselves.
it got cold quick the other day, didn't it?
Dude,
We
wind.
done the same thing yes.
Is it bad down there,
was
too?
80 it was 80 degrees yesterday, and today, right now, it's 43, but the feels like it's 29, and the
Yeah,
wind's blowing.
I had 17 this
26
morning when I
mile
got to
steady winds.
work,
Yeah.
and 75
What?
yesterday.
It's crazy. I was hot all day, and then now I'm in a hoodie. I'm gonna let you guys keep talking for a second. I don't want to move my phone and lose service. I'm gonna go grab my cup and get another cup of coffee.
Okay, yeah, so I just had Alexa bring me a cup of coffee. Yeah, man, this weather's crazy, and I think it's supposed to be pretty cold tomorrow too.
Yeah, for a couple.
And then back in the 40s on New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
and then kind of mild after that, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember me and my daughter and wife were playing ball and sweating our butts off out in the front yard. And then you started seeing the clouds roll in. Next thing you know, that rain just came down sideways. And
Yeah. Well, I considered going hunting yesterday, but dude, I was worried because trees were
Yeah.
going left and right in a hurry.
Yeah, I walked outside right before I went to bed. I mean, all you could hear was just like wind just rushing.
I could hear like the wood. This house is all wood. It was cracking, like it was, it was shifting. It was getting it.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely, that's Missouri weather for you. If you don't like it now, just wait a couple
Wait a
minutes
couple
and
days. You may really hate it or really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, I took my bike to the farm in short sleeves. You know, 70s.
Oh, that dirt bike?
Yeah, it's 75 degrees. I'm like, shoot, yeah, I had to go get a couple cameras anyway, so I just met Lexa and the kids down there and, enjoyed the hell out of it. And
Did you find any sheds?
no. But I'm not hardly getting any deer on camera in general.
Yeah.
But
Me neither.
I've seen a couple like 2-year-old bucks last few days. I did have one on camera on the public piece down here beside the house. And then Tuesday night I hit a deer with my tracker, a young buck. Dude, I hit him, and I thought for sure I'd done the tracker in. And I was literally just sitting there thinking about how to maybe keep that thing running for a while, maybe get rid of the Yukon, try to get rid of a payment. And I hit that buck, man, and he shot up and done like a 360 over the oncoming lane, hit the ditch, and I'm like, he flew like 15, 20 feet. I'm
Reindeer.
Like, dang, man. Yeah, reindeer, getting ready for Santa Claus. And I got out and looked at the front end, and my bumper's already cracked from hitting deer before, the guy who had it before me. My license plate was rolling underneath. Other than that, there's no blood or no fluids or nothing, and I walked down in the ditch. That buck stood up and took off running, and I listened. He was just all fours just getting it.
He was blowing too?
Yeah, he was blowing at me, and all fours were running. I mean, he was fine. Like,
Dang.
man, he got hit in the ass.
That's crazy how tough them suckers
Yeah,
are.
I mean, I was probably down like 30-some miles an hour, but still.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, he flew. I thought for sure I had his back end crushed. I'm like, I'm going to go finish him off and
You hit
call
me
it in.
doing 30 miles an hour, I'm going to be like pimped down.
Yeah. Run me over again. Make sure it's good. Speaking of that, is that still recording?
Red button. Or
Yeah,
red
is this
light.
showing record?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to check the camera real quick just because things are a little bit different. I don't want to not record this.
Yeah.
I got this. Yeah, I got that actually plugged in, so it ain't gonna die. It's recording. Yeah, battery or memory card's fresh in it.
The battery on those, you said, like, obviously it's plugged in right now, but it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so like when we do a podcast, the other night we ran it for an hour and 40 minutes straight.
Yeah, it was a while.
And I'm running it, I think, in 5K on just the single lens, not the 360 lens. I'm impressed, man. It does a good job. It's got pretty good quality. The volume works good.
What brand is that?
It's the Insta360. It's the X4 model. They have an X5. The things are expensive, but it's done a pretty dang good job.
Really expensive. It's coming to a time when, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you could really, like all these small cameras, obviously you want a main camera, but you can, especially bow hunting, if you're good, you can get really good footage with just a couple of these small, like action cameras, 360 cameras.
I may run that solely during turkey season. Because I can rotate it and zoom in on me. Like when I've zoomed in on the computer, especially running like that 5K, I think it'll shoot almost like 8K or something. I mean, maybe. Is that good coffee?
It's the strong. I'm about to chip the tooth trying to chew it up.
But anyway, it zooms in good. And if I'm filming somebody, I'll run a main camera. But I may just run it for the ease, especially if I go to like a 20 gauge. I'm thinking about doing that this year, going to 20 gauge.
I always
I'd like to get single shot 410 like Dad has.
Well,
actually,
I ran over mine.
Turkey.
I had one that tried to kill me, literally. That Charles Daly. Don't shoot a Charles Daly with 410 SS because it doesn't work good. It'll seriously kill you. The thing went off on me 3 times. I shot a hole through my ceiling. It's not funny. That's seriously, like, was it 2 seasons ago? I shot a turkey with it already.
Yeah.
And I'd already killed a coyote with it during turkey season. And I was about to call up another bird. It was a week later. I could kill my second bird. Did I call one up on film? Click. It was a Jake and a Tom. They went away. And then I got on another bird that same day. Or no, the next morning I called one up first thing in the morning, hammering off the roost. And I'm not a turkey caller. So when I get one, here we are talking about turkey.
I know. I was going to say, you must like turkey. I
got like one story of success. Anyway, it clicked on me again. I'm like, son of a gun. So I'm like, I'm gonna go home and get my 12 gauge. It's faithful. I got home in. I set my 12 gauge on the couch and my 410 on the couch, and I'm dumb. I loaded them inside, but I've always done that. Never had a problem, I had that 410. I put one in there and I breached it up, dude. And when I did, I was stepping and I breached it, and the barrel was pointing up. It shot underneath my chin and went through the ceiling. And I'm sitting there like in a cloud of smoke and just like, what happened? Like, am I okay? I'm sitting there, I'm like, this would have looked like suicide because I had 2 guns on the couch. I'm by myself at home and a gun underneath my chin. I'm just like, you guys be careful out there. It was a stupid moment that could have really went bad. And I went outside to make sure, man, like maybe I had my finger on the trigger. Like what happened? I went outside and I pointed it down range and I breached it up again. It went off again.
Oh, man, yeah.
The primer pin was hitting those number 9s, I guess, were a little bit thicker shell than like a target, and it was pumping that primer forward, dude, or the pin.
Yeah, that's one of my
Scared
worst
me to
fears
death,
right
man.
There, which, I mean, heck, I know buddies personally that, have shot themselves, and it's like, man, that's my worst fear is ever going hunting with a buddy and something bad happening, falling out of a tree stand or shooting themselves.
Anything. Well, think about like the TAC this year where that old boy got shot on a target. His buddies.
What?
Yeah, you remember that?
No.
I think he got shot in the eye.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
He was down there. And nobody yelled good or whatever. I don't know, but he was with a group. His group had left. He was still looking for an arrow. Well, man, them targets, you don't know somebody's back there. Like sometimes you can't even see the target.
Yeah.
Like you see a piece of it. And
far,
I think it went through the side of his eye and his head. Like he's fine, but very, very close from not being. It doesn't have to be gun related to have an accident. Just be careful.
Yep.
And crossbows scare me to death, dude. I was listening to stories today at work. You know what I mean? You talked one day about it ain't necessarily that like we just hate crossbows, but it brings out a lot of uneducated people or gun hunters that don't know anything about it, and it's just a way of shoulder firing a weapon. Like they were talking today about this guy. Every time he would let his bow off after a hunt, he just dry fired.
Yeah.
Just dry fire his bow. You know, and like, are you kidding me? And another guy was talking about one of his relatives had a crossbow, and he's like, hey, how do I let this thing down? He's like, does it have a decocker? And, you know, some of them do, expensive ones, but this wasn't an expensive bow. And he's like, well, how about I just pull up on it, and can you just pull the trigger? You know, it's like that scares me because there's so many people. And the same thing with the guy on the other, I think it was working class bow hunter that almost got shot one night from a crossbow hunter. Like I think it just brings out a lot of bad apples.
Mm-hmm.
There's a more selection of people that can hunt with that, and that's what kind of worries me because they don't take time to learn their equipment. You know, they're like the same guys that come in a week before season and want to buy a crossbow. The same people that come in a week before season next year and their bow's blowing up, and they got to get a new stream because there's a lot more energy connected with those things. That's what
There's so
irritates
much power
me.
in one
There's
small
so
package.
much, yeah.
What's Scott? The guy that invented Raven, Mountain Dew Lock.
Larry. Oh, I can't think of his last name, but he Glendale targets, Rage, Raven crossbows, that custom fishing pole. Larry something.
He was just like in cargo pants, white tube socks, like old boots, walking around drinking.
Yeah, he was cool, man.
He looked like he was just one of us, but he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, like 3 different resorts.
Do you remember the story he told of why he sold out of Raven?
No.
So he was talking, and we're like, he's like, yeah, I sold Raven, and I can't remember the numbers or whatever. It's like, holy cow! And he's like, for what? I can't remember. I'm just gonna make up numbers, but it was something like he sold it for, say, $100 million. And I was like, holy crap! I couldn't imagine. He's like, no, I wish I would have. He's like, if I would have held on to it a little bit longer, it'd have been worth like $900.
Well, he said he didn't have that much in it, really. Like not.
But. And he was talking to me and you, and he was like, I was like, why would you sell it? He said it's too much of a risk, like getting sued and stuff. And
yeah.
He said that he told us the story. He's like, well, so there was this guy that had bought a Raven crossbow after it was up and running, and he got a letter in the mail that he was getting sued by John Doe, whatever his name was, and for shooting his crossbow, he got sued for, I don't know, a lot of money, and it cut his thumb off.
Yeah.
He wasn't smart enough to move his thumb.
Okay, I remember that now.
He went through this big lawsuit or whatever. The guy ended up getting a settlement and stuff, and he was like, man, that hurts, you know, like that's tough to take. Well, then a few months later, he gets a letter in the mail, and he was getting sued. A guy in Texas shot his crossbow, cut his thumb off, and his name was same name as like Billy Bob, and he's like, and he told us whoever, he's like, yeah, he's like, I guess this is just like something old. We just settled with that guy. He got a bunch of money or whatever. Yeah. Like we already settled. We already got sued for him cutting his thumb off. And they're like, no, you're getting sued again. He's like, no, I'm telling you, this same guy from Texas started it. They said he did it again. He cut the same thumb off, or the other thumb off, and sued him again. One guy cut both his thumbs off with a crossbow, and then shooting it and holding his thumb up for the string, and he sued him twice. And he's like, and when it's something like that, he said it was like a realization moment. No matter how much you have faith in certain people, you're always going to have people like that around, and like the risk of it, you know, like of how much trouble they get in, like you said, dangerous. And that guy almost had to do it on purpose. You can't cut both of your thumbs off walking around like a monkey.
So I know a buddy personally, and this guy is a guru of bows. Like, I mean, he lives in Dexter, and he can tune any bow. I mean, very good bow shot. I mean, knows his stuff. Well, he started playing around with crossbows, and he was trying to tune his crossbow one night and just shooting it down the stairs. Well, that same thing happened. He said he wasn't paying attention, and his thumb crept up there. And he said when he shot, sucker cut the tip of his thumb off right there.
Yeah, go.
And so, yeah, that is something to always, like I said, there's so much power in them things, it scares me.
Yeah.
I was trying to cock one time. I borrowed one from my father-in-law because I hurt my shoulder.
I remember that.
And so I was I stood on the little cocking mechanism down there, and I started pulling up. Well, it broke the step that you step in.
Oh, no.
And, I mean, the butt of the crossbow came up. I mean, just split me right there in the sack.
Ooh.
I'm like, oh. I was like, yeah, I'm not real a big fan of these things.
No, man, they make me nervous. Oakley is begging for a crossbow. It just scares me.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I would like to get one so my daughter could go hunting during bow season.
That's what I think they're for, is for people that need them, you
Yeah.
know, and get them introduced, but they scare me.
Yep.
You know, they do.
You imagine like that sucker blowing up and like that string wrapping around your head and
Yeah,
popping you in the eye or something.
Because they're notorious for blowing. There's so much energy packed in that little thing. They're almost too much.
Yeah.
Really.
And to me, like a lot of people say they're easier to kill deer. To me, I think it's harder because, like, I mean, when you got a bow, you've got arrows, and you can, if you shoot and you say you wound one, you can always grab another arrow, slip it in there, pow, shoot another one, grab another arrow, slip it in there, pull back.
Well,
to me, like it's like a
kinda
one
like
shot. You better make it counter.
Well, that's like a muzzle loader, and that's where I consider crossbows like a gun because it's to me more like a muzzle loader. But
I understand your one shot thing.
yeah,
Like you can't, but if I wanted to kill a deer, if I had to kill a deer, and I had to pick between a crossbow and a regular bow, give me the trigger.
yeah,
Give me the crossbow.
they're
'Cause
definitely
first
more
off,
effective at longer ranges. And
crossbows now is like it's not that much different than a muzzle loader. Well, they have muzzle loaders that reach out, but like an old school muzzle loader,
yeah,
like
like
100 yards.
my
If you
$50
get
Walmart one and a $3,000 10-point or Raven, like they're gonna be pretty neck and neck.
It's really not that much difference. It takes a second. I mean, you can get another arrow in a crossbow a lot faster than you could muzzle load.
Yeah, them old ones having to put that
reload
primer in the
muzzle
sideways. I've dropped so many primers doing that.
loader. Yeah, but I mean, but to Swilly's point, I have a friend that was crossbow hunting one time, and she didn't have the cocking or what mechanism, or maybe it was the foothold thing or whatever, and she couldn't draw it back, so her husband would draw it for her. This has been a few years ago. Would draw it for her, and she would take one arrow and go, and she ended up missing a deer, I guess, and then right after that, their target deer stepped out,
shoot.
and they couldn't shoot. Or it was something along the lines
Yeah.
of that. I was like, oh, that's
If you were hunting out of a climber with one of them, like it'd be impossible. You'd have to have a crank, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing really you could do, especially with a summit, a full captured stand.
You couldn't do it. It's weird to me. Like I said, this year, when I went rifle hunting,
Yeah, I'm not used to it.
it was so weird. I have a system. Like I could bow hunting. I do the same thing every time or whatever, and it's like I got my system down and it works or whatever. How I climb it up if I'm saddle hunting and stuff. I was sitting there like confused on how to even like take a gun up. I was like, man, what am I doing? I ended up sitting on the ground a few times or whatever, but I didn't. It was weird. It just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Didn't feel how. Anyway, how was your overall from September through now season, Swilly?
Horrible.
Was it?
Yeah, like worst year I've ever had in my life. I didn't see
Really?
one single deer, and I'm not exaggerating about that. Like I sat in the woods morning till about 11 o'clock every day of gun season, and then every evening hunt. And I did
You
not
took off work too.
Yeah, I had the whole week off, and I did nothing but hunt. And I didn't see one single deer in the woods while I was hunting. I mean, not even a doe, not a baby, not nothing. And then bow season was a little bit better, but not much. I mean, I seen one good buck, and he got about 60 yards and then hung up. But other than that, it's just been like dry sit after dry sit for me.
Yeah.
And then the other night I went out right by my house, and I had some does come up. And, of course, with all the leaves being off, they can see you. That sucker busted me as soon as I stood up. She came back in, got behind some stuff. I got drawed back on her. Well, heck, I was drawed back for probably around 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. And
I heard that story before with Scott.
And I was
I
shaking.
believe
like
Swilly, though. Don't believe me when I say it.
like she was looking at me, she
Yeah.
seen me draw back, and she's just sitting there looking at me. And I'm like, all right. So I just kind of laid back, laid my head on my string, and just kind of stood there. Well, by the time she finally made her way out where I could shoot, man, I was shaking. And I just put that pin behind her shot. Well, I hit her in the leg, and she ran off. Couldn't find no blood hardly to speak of. There was
Really?
like a speck here and a speck there, and that was it. So that kind of downed my dauber. But
Yeah.
hopefully this weekend I'm going muzzleload hunting up at my buddy's cabin, and hopefully something good will happen.
Hopefully they still have an antler or
yeah.
something.
I don't really even care. At
I
this
just
point.
like
I just want success.
I would like to have one more deer, and that's where I got that pistol, and I've had the hell of a time with the scope. You know, the first one I bought, like I said, the eye relief was too short, and you can't do that because you can get smoke in the face. And the next one I got, the crosshair spun after 6 shots. Mm-hmm. So I'm still gunless, and I'm finally trying to shoot a gun, and I can't do it. Well, yeah, it's got a drill hole for it. You can. It's got a drill on the front, a milled out spot where you can put one, a post. I may have to go get one just to have something to hunt with this weekend if I don't want to shoot a bow. But I'd like to get a doe down.
Yeah, I don't blame you. This year was, I don't know. It wasn't overall. It was a tough year too, but like I guess success is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, you
But
did see
I
a
will
few
say
good
that
bucks. Like
What?
you did see a few good mature
Oh,
bucks.
yeah,
I
yeah,
only
I did.
saw 2. Whenever me and you were looking for that doe I shot in Northern, and I saw that one that was bedded jump up. That was probably the next biggest buck that I've seen besides the one that I shot. And like I usually can at least see a few good mature bucks a year, but I didn't even see any, man.
I will say that this year, whether it was good or bad, this year definitely just made me feel like I was. It was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Good and like that deer that got hit, the Greenville buck, and a couple other like deer on the property. It had my emotions up, and like there was, man, that deer in Greenville, that broke my heart that it got hit by a car.
Yeah, I was heartbroken when he called me.
Yeah.
Yeah, years like this definitely make you search deep within you to try to find the happy.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, they can down your dauber real quick.
I've been having a hard time even going just because I'm not getting anything on camera at all, and I've changed stuff around. I drive around. I see a lot of deer everywhere other than where I'm hunting. Then I go hunting, and I've been seeing a couple deer, but like the does are smelling me. You know, I've been seeing a couple smaller bucks, but like nothing to shoot really. They're really young. And it's like, damn, man, like, can I just catch? And I've taken off a lot of time this year and had a lot of sits, and you know, I've got a really good buck that I'm absolutely proud of, and it's fine if he's the only one I kill. But with us getting that management hunt, and then having a hell of a hard time there, and then coming back here, and then just I don't know, man, my luck is run out.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like. I had a good season. I had fun.
Yep.
You know, I had fun.
At least you got 2 arms, 2 legs, and you're good to go.
I'm still good. My
And we get
back's
to
out right
talk
now,
about
but
it.
yeah. I got to look on some bright side.
Threw your back out, putting sock on the other day?
Putting us this morning trying to reach. So I played ping pong of the night for like 8 hours, off and on, dude.
You're like Forrest Gump.
Except he still felt good. My body hurt so bad. I was going hard in the paint. Went undefeated. But I'm hurting, man. I jumped up this morning, was kind of in a hurry trying to get my stuff, and I guess when I put my socks on, I've been over wrong. And it's the stupidest thing.
Dude, the older you get, the more weird stuff will happen
It's
to
just
you.
dumb, man. I didn't do anything.
And when you get hurt now too, like when you're just even a few years ago, 7-8 years ago, something hurts, you tweak something, and you're like, oh shit, that sucks. Now, like if I tweak my back doing something like that, I'm like, dude, I might be down for 3 weeks from this.
Yes. Yeah.
I can pull a muscle sleeping nowadays.
Absolutely. When I done it, when I had this problem this summer in Ohio, all right, I woke up and just was hurting, and it didn't go away for weeks.
Yep.
It was terrible.
Weird things happen to your body after, I'd say, around 30 for me.
Yeah.
But that's why I try to stay in the gym, try to stay active, try to, do what I can to fight the negative effects.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm going to try to get up in the morning and hit it because we got to get ready for New Year's here. So my evenings are kind of shot. That's why tonight, but the only time I had other than the weekend.
Yeah.
And you say you're going to be gone this weekend?
Yeah.
All right. I may see if Tony wants to jump on or call Trevor again, or just to keep one rolling for next week.
Yep.
But
What do you guys think about this stuff?
yeah.
Give us some feedback somewhat.
Yeah, message us.
We enjoy doing it.
Yeah, you can go through Racket. Well, this is from Racket Tech Outdoors. You can message us there, or I think I put my email up on the Spotify, and you got YouTube. if you guys would, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button. It really helps us out. We've had some pretty good feedback from what we're getting so far. I haven't checked the statistics this week. We haven't really advertised it, just kind of doing it. We're a little bit more loose-lipped here on the podcast, but we're also a lot more personal. We get into some deep conversation, some heartfelt conversation. We get into some bullshit. We may have a couple beers, and it's just a way of cutting loose. And hopefully you guys will follow along and stay up to date. And I'll get my ass on some editing and get some of the actual videos done. Trevor's going to help me out in Texas when he gets time with some things. And
I've been messing with my computer today.
Yeah, a lot of it's just learning the computer and then using some imagination and figuring out how to get your imagination, like putting pen to paper.
Yeah.
Like you did. You showed me a video earlier you made on TikTok. Very inspirational and very well done. And I do a lot of TikTok stuff, but sometimes I let AI run it and then I'll alter it a little bit.
And that's what I've been doing. And then that's why I made that one, just because I wanted to actually practice with timelines.
Yeah.
And, cutting and this and that, transitions. But I know back in the day when I used to edit, something that, was a key to my creativity when I edited was music.
Yeah.
There had to be music,
Yes.
or I could not think of nothing.
Yeah, sometimes I'll go through and find music before I edit.
Yeah,
Puts
and I'll
me
go
in
through
the
and just
mood.
listen to music, and then I'll just imagine a hunting video in my mind, and then all of a sudden from that idea, I'd go.
One day we'll sit here and talk about that. We'll have an editing because it's not coming from the thing of what we know, but kind of like what we don't know.
Yeah.
And how we did figure out what we do, and it's nowhere near what even a novice knows. But it's a hard thing to understand and to make it work. And then when you have an idea, you're like, well, how do I put that on there? Then you find yourself going down a rabbit hole on YouTube of why this is, or every time I'd go upload something, I'd have the pictures would be off, or my audio or color, and I'm like, well, how do I fix this? And it leads to another question, and more answers, which leads to more questions.
I think that's partly why I'm bald. I finished it out, pulling all that hair out, trying to, you thought you had something going, and then all of a sudden you ran into this, and you're like, what's that mean?
Yes.
Because when I started editing videos, I don't even know how to run a computer.
Yeah.
Much less edit a video, I'm not a computer guru.
I used to be.
I don't know
but
what cut and
changed.
paste is. I don't know what Control Alt Delete and all that stuff is. I had to learn all that.
Yeah.
And so I dove into just trying to learn how to edit videos. So everything I was doing was chicken pecking and scratching and just imagining what I wanted.
And then going to a Mac, it's different than your regular XP computer. So there's different commands, and
that's why this
frustrating.
computer right here, I never understood iMacs.
Yeah.
And I've got an iPhone, so everybody says, well, it's just like an iPhone. Well, I'm used to running an old PC, where it's I finally learned Control Alt and all the shortcuts. And this one, you got command and whatever all.
You have a control and a command, and they both alter different tasks, and it's hard to remember what they do.
But like I said, whatever you put your mind to, you can do, and I'm proud of what you've got done. Like, your videos are getting better.
Thank you, and we all appreciate that. Like, now, knowing what goes into it, I like watching a lot of those smaller guys or DIY guys just because I'm like, hey, I appreciate what they made because I understand how hard it is to make a decent video. Yeah.
And not getting paid for it. Like that means it's sincere. Like, that's what you love to do. You're not doing this for.
No, it costs $35 a month or something to run this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of this, I was on my computer. If I get up and walk around, I'll start getting low connection or whatever. But next time that you pull up your SD or your get on your hard drive, see if you can pull up. Because I can't pull up the videos of like Tony's deer. Or remember those like 2 little videos I made? I was like, I got it to pull up once and then it's like unavailable. You know what I'm talking about? Those ones on just see if you can access them.
From when?
The videos from a few months ago, of Tony's buck that he shot on the run, and then that one of me and you and Greenville on that food plot, that just from like last year. Well, like I was trying to pull those up just to like look at them, and I can't. It's like I can't access them, and I don't know what's going on with it. So if you just see if I've transferred everything over to your hard drive or vice versa. So I'm just saying if you can access those, because I'm like, man,
I'm trying to remember. They may be on my other hard drive, so I've got it. Yeah, but I don't understand that. And like with this 360, I have to run it through a different program to even view it. It takes a long time.
Yeah, that sucks. Trying to click on different.
Yeah, learning how to. what was the word for that? Where you compress files and
Yeah.
like sometimes things are too big, especially like you shooting 5K and
Yeah.
you gotta and your timeline on your things only for 1080p or
Yeah.
4K.
Yeah,
You
and
gotta-
it's been taking me a long time to download. I need to run like a background refresh on this or put that extra RAM in it. So I'm getting slow already, and or I'll be editing, and it'll freeze up on me, and I'll do like 2 clicks, it'll freeze for 30 seconds. 2 clicks and freeze. I'm like, man, it's been getting hard to get things done, and I just it's from just being lack of knowledge. I don't know what I don't know, because I mean this is the bee's knees of how to do it. It's just doing it, and then I find myself getting kind of like almost scared to touch it because I'm like, crap, I'm about to walk myself right into failure and knowing it. But like I said the other day, it's okay to fail, it's okay to try, it's okay to fail, it's okay to try again.
Yeah,
and
for
that's
sure.
You have to do it because.
And it's cool, like when you finally get somebody that's like, man, I like what you're doing. Just that little compliment, dude, that'll send you back up on cloud nine.
Fires you back up.
Because you're like, well, I mean, at least somebody noticed.
Right.
Like, I'm having fun doing it. But, sometimes you get to doing, and it's like, I don't even know if anybody's watching this, like.
Yeah.
And then somebody will say, hey, man, good job, like on that. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
At least you did.
A little bit of appreciation helps.
But,
sometimes.
I mean, what are you saying,
Go
Trevor?
ahead, Trev.
Oh no, I was gonna. I agree with what Swilly's saying, but there's something else that I'm probably not gonna do it tonight, but maybe tomorrow. Like when you'll be like messing with videos and moving around, and then you click one button, and then somehow you just uninstalled the entire app on your thing.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, what the?
Yeah.
There's a couple things that I don't know if I'm clicking something or if I'm just like there's something faulty with my computer, but like my if I open up Premiere Pro, I can be right in the middle of something and my app will completely close out.
Yeah.
And then,
Make sure you turn on autosave. Make sure that's on.
But I don't know, like I guess that's just part of the.
It happens to me all the time. Or I'll go to like
annoying.
there's a different viewfinder. There's like an editing view. There's a audio view and a color view. I'll get it to where I'll click on one and all of a sudden my screens go away and it locks itself out and I have to exit out and reopen the program. Like it's just there's always a bug going on. It's like, man, like how do people like hunting public go hunting this morning and put up a full video that afternoon with like a hot box somewhere, not hot box, but that's the wrong word. Oh, like a hot spot, How do they do that? If I have that many problems on something that is not in the elements and I've got Wi-Fi, are they doing the same things?
I'm sure they've ran through everything.
Yeah.
Like they've probably ran into all those problems. And like I said, the more problems I ran into, the more fixes I found for those problems, the more shortcuts I found, the easier it was. Like, like when you find, like, because I remember when I first started editing, I'd take this clip, and I'd put all my color grading, my edits on it and stuff like that. And then in order to do that, I'd have to go over to this clip, click on it, do all the color grading, get everything like that. But then I found there's a shortcut where you can just drag and click the whole timeline and apply all effects, and boom, the whole thing's got it. And it's like,
and you can preset it too. So you look at like Midwest Whitetail, all their stuff's kind of like a dark, really blue colored,
blue and orange.
Yeah, it's all the same thing. Every screen is the same color. Their sound's all the same. It's real slow. Like they have stuff preset, which are also running really, really expensive cameras and setups and stuff too.
What was that? It's like a backdrop. Like you create a whole nother timeline and you dump all your effects on there, what you want your videos to look like, and then you just drag it down on top of your timeline, and I mean it puts
has
it all
for it.
Yeah. Yep.
That shit's confusing.
It is. It's so confusing. So what else you got going on? You got a few weeks down there. We got a few weeks till we meet back up again.
Yeah.
Any New Year's resolutions?
I think I'm gonna buy a new bow. No.
You do every year.
I do. I have considered the AX3.
Oh, dude, they look so good.
And then getting rid of all my other stuff.
Yeah.
I got rid of the alt. What's the Atlas? So maybe I can get rid of the other one and buy one more.
Yeah, Mikey bought his Matthews Atlas bow.
Yeah. No. Hopefully this year, or this coming year, I should say. Every year you're going to be like, hopefully I can put like this kind of deer on the ground or that deer or kill this many or that. That's all out of your hands.
Yeah.
To an extent, like, but something that we need to do, and we've talked about it, and we really need. I want to do like little, like squirrel hunts. Or,
Yeah,
or
getting back into
rabbit
the
hunt
small
or
game.
something. Like, yeah, because that would be easy. So I mean, we could go out, kill some squirrels,
Have a squirrel
two
fry
of us
afterwards.
would
Absolutely.
kill and have like, first off, in the summer months we're not hunting. I mean, we'll be shooting our bows, but we can go places that we're not going to bow hunt. And
Yeah.
we could wear out some squirrels, get good video of that.
Stay in the
and,
game.
move
You know what
around.
would be kind of. Go ahead.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking. You know, it'd be a cool idea. It's like we could organize like a squirrel hunting like competition.
Yeah, like
local
the
people.
Gamo, the
Well,
Gamo tree.
Like we all meet up at one time. We all go out. And you
Yeah.
got like little, sections like the squirrel with the biggest nuts.
Yeah.
You get a prize.
Yeah.
Or the heaviest squirrel or the longest tail or
No,
something
that'd be
like that.
fun.
And then
The most squirrels.
or the
Yeah.
most squirrels. Yeah. I mean, you got all different categories, but we used to do that up there at Leroy's. I think it was opening weekend of squirrel season every
Yeah.
year. That was always fun. You could go wherever you wanted to. You just had to be back at this time to
Yeah,
check
dude,
your,
let's do that. That just would be a fun way, and we could
and you can meet
make
people.
Yeah, dude,
We need
I'm
to,
all for
like,
that.
Get teams together, like duos or
Yeah.
whatever. That one
Yeah.
guy can film one squirrel, and the next guy can shoot or whatever.
Yeah.
where you can get like a culmination of video and stuff, and like 22s only or 410s or whatever. Probably 22s, and then you can have a bunch of, like, we put just a compilation of, if there's say 8 people that go, there's like 4 pairs that go out and kill 6 squirrels a pair. That's 24. And if you like,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to get great footage of all of them, but you could have like a little compilation of squirrel kills, and between somebody filming, taxi cams or whatever, that'd be it's something simple, just like a what is it called? Just compilation, I guess. Is what
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
And stuff like that. It'd be fun. And I used to squirrel hunt a lot, and I've gotten to where I don't.
I
Really
don't
at
either.
all anymore.
I
The
enjoy
last
it
time
when I
went
do
squirrel-
it.
Yeah, the
I
last
just
time I
don't.
went squirrel hunting, me, Lee, Welty, and Hoss all went out, and we had a good time. We probably killed, I don't know, like 15 squirrels between the 3 of us, and it was a good time. And I'm like, man, I used to love squirrel hunting.
Yeah. Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
And it's a lot of people. There's some old timers or whatever that I was watching a video. I've seen the video before, but it just popped back up on recently, where a guy was. They're like, what can teach you? Like, what should you hunt to learn the most about hunting? And he's like, squirrel hunting. He's like, if you just want to, like, obviously, it's that squirrel hunting's not going to teach you how to go find a 150-inch deer,
Yeah.
but just the basics of hunt, like, you'll become a better shot.
Well,
with-
blending
with
in and
stuff.
staying still, because then they can
Yeah,
spot
stand
you.
still.
Learning the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Learning stuff like that, and you're gonna have, more than likely, you're gonna have success, regardless, to the points where to build your confidence, you're having fun, and you can learn a lot by hunting different animals, and like
Absolutely,
I said, that's
yeah.
something in the summer months that we don't do, and I used to, like I said, used to love it. Me and Dad used to go squirrel hunting all the time. We used to rabbit hunt quite a bit too, which we don't. He don't have rabbit dogs. I don't have a rabbit dog, but
yeah.
it's just something like that, because when you say like goals or like a New Year's resolution, everybody wants to kill big deer. There's little things that we could, like hunting like that.
Yeah, I want to become
That'd be
more of an
fun.
outdoorsman.
Yeah, I don't-
not waste
like,
some
I'm
of my
not
time wishy-washy and being a sayer. I need to be more of a doer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not going to learn if I don't just go out and do it. Just things I wasn't grew up introduced to. Now I'm like, man, I wish if I would have been, would I've made it farther?
Mm-hmm.
But like you weren't into that stuff real young. You kind of
No.
made your way into it at a little bit of a later age.
My dad used to hunt, I guess, before I was born. And then, like, once I was born, he just, like, never did. And I remember he took me deer hunting one time that I can remember. And like, I remember I always loved guns. I remember me and my friends used to get BB guns, and I'd make them go out in the woods. Didn't know what the heck I was doing, but I was like, let's sit on these trees and just see what kind of animals, walk by,
Yeah.
And so, like, I always had that in there. I just didn't know that's what it was. And then finally I went hunting for the first time, and I was like, there it is. That's that
Yeah.
feeling I used to get,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's a,
something. Yeah, that I thought that you grew up hunting. I didn't know that about you, Swilly. I thought
No,
that you'd always...
I got a. There's a unknown thing that a lot of people don't know about me. Is back when I was in, well, not really high school, but like probably I'd say 12 to 15 era. I was a diehard skateboarder. Like, and I was actually pretty good back in the day. Like, I mean,
I can't even stand up on a skateboard.
yeah,
I cannot stand up.
that
on
was
one.
back in the day when, like, you know, everybody goes through those phases. Like, man, I used to want to like move away from here because I was like, you know, because I was all into skateboarding. Well, every time I tried to skateboard in Poplar Bluff, we'd get kicked out, you know, and like there was no place for us to skateboard. And I was like, I want to go to a big city so I can skateboard all the time, you know. And then once I kind of grew out of that phase and I grew older, came to realize, I was like, dude, like, what was I thinking? Like, this is where I love. Like, this is my home, you know.
Yeah.
All my friends, people I love around here. And like, yeah.
I always wanted one, but we always had a gravel road, and I had nowhere to ride. I begged for one for years.
A skateboard?
I did. Dude, they used to have a festival at Markham Springs, and I would go over there and throw a baseball to try to break these bottles up because there was, if you done it enough, you won a skateboard. And I tried and tried and tried, and I never could get a skateboard. That's probably hindsight better that I didn't because, like I said, I can't even stand up on one. I just thought I wanted one.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I never went through the skateboarding phase. I will say that.
Yeah. Well, I did play Tony Hawk Pro Skater on the
was
PlayStation 1, and I mean, I thought I could be a skater. It looked easy.
Yeah.
I'd be a lot more broken than I am if I had a skateboard.
No, yeah, that was definitely a lot of people that know me, you know, that have met me later in life. They're like, "What? You used to skateboard?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean,
well, you're a musician.
In fact, it was funny because it's been several years ago. I was back in my 20s, but I was in my boots and my jeans and everything like that. Well, I ran into an old buddy I used to skateboard with, and he was skateboarding. Well, he was skateboarding with a bunch of these other skateboarders. And, you know, these guys had these skinny jeans, hair across their face and everything like that. And anyways, I was like, man, I said, let me see that board, see if I can still do something. And that one guy's like, you can't do nothing in boots. And I remember I got on that skateboard and I did a kickflip and landed it first try. And he's like, holy cow. He's like, this redneck knows how to skate. Yep.
The old skateboard.
Yep.
Oh shoot!
But
That's... I mean, that was a lot more popular. I don't think that that's I think that that's a dying thing.
Yeah,
there's a lot of different stuff you think about that people used to do.
Yeah.
Do you remember like video or like movies or whatever where kids were cool if they roller skated or like they'd roller skate around town?
Yeah.
And stuff. Not around our town, but like that was just like a popular thing back in the day. I remember the Seven Ninjas was one of my favorite movies. The corniest, cheesiest, worst movie ever made. I remember the
Ninja
opening
Turtles?
scenes, they're all rollerblading. I'm like, man, that would be cool. But so I guess but I don't know.
yeah. Another stupid thing about me when I was younger is I used to like to hit people in the nuts. And I'm glad I grew out of that stage.
I am too.
That was everybody.
That was
Everybody used to cup check people.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. That was.
Dude.
I was always known as that guy. Like if I walked into a group of my friends, everybody was
Hold
covering.
themselves.
You know.
What's up, kiddos?
What up,
What's up?
Oakley, Marie, Jamal
You wanna say hi?
Johnson, Jr. Foster?
that.
What up, Spider-Man?
What's up, Spider?
Archer Spider, Spider-Man, Spider Monkey.
You got a bad attitude?
Yes.
It's bedtime.
No?
Bedtime? Give me hugs.
Hey, Archer, give me a kiss. Archer.
What are you doing, buddy?
His bed died.
Howdy.
Sorry, guy. Hey, I love you. Love you guys.
Why does your toes look so spread apart, Alexa?
I'm wearing socks.
No, I thought they were gloves for a second.
Careful. You talk bad to her on a podcast, we're going to get shamed real quick.
No, I think she's the one that does the humble.
Yeah.
humbling on us.
Love you, sissy.
Oakley Marie, you
What?
excited to go to bed?
No.
No.
What? That used to be my favorite time of the night. I
Well,
always loved
Not
going to bed.
mine because I just want to stay up all night.
You're like me, aren't you?
You're gonna party like it's the end of the world. Gonna party like
And Daddy has
it's
to get up
2012.
too early.
Yeah, I got to get up early.
'Cause you gotta
Do you-
get up
when-
in the
We
middle
both do.
of the
We're going to
night.
wrap up here pretty quick. I got to edit this
Yeah.
podcast tonight.
I know.
Whoa, look at that.
He done froze up.
There's a fly.
That's all right.
Archer, I'm gonna come downstairs and lick your forehead.
What?
Trevor. He says that.
Here, wave at the camera.
And I'm in Texas.
Wave at the camera.
She looked at Swilly and she goes, yeah, Trevor sometimes does that. Licking his forehead.
Every time.
He's crazy, ain't
I
he?
got it. I do got a funny story before we get off here that has nothing to do with anything. Talking about like when we were younger, cup checking and stuff. Everybody done that? In hot.
Hey,
That's you.
In
Oakley. Oakley.
Archer.
Hey, we're
Over here,
out.
buddy.
Love you, Oakley.
Love you, buddy. Love you,
Archer.
sissy.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So, like when everybody done the cup checking and stuff, I remember kids in like junior high and stuff would wear their cups to school. That way they didn't get their, nobody bruised the boys, you know?
So-
Well, one of our buddies in high school, John Bowman, it was actually during summer school. I was taking, government was the name of the class, and I was taking it in the summer. That way I didn't have to have a whole semester of it
Phew.
in school. So me and John was going through this, or well, everybody was, but John kept getting me where he would flick me in the Adam's apple, and it would just be like, and people would do it to everybody, and he kept doing it to me. I'm like, God, that shit sucks. So one day, we're sitting in government, and he's just sitting there, you know, just minding his own business, not thinking anything about it. I was like, I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna flick him in the throat. But instead of flicking him, I'm gonna throw like the hardest karate chop I've ever seen in my life into his throat, and I did. And I hit him. I know that I ain't talked to John in years, but I know that he remembers this. And I hit him, and like he grabbed his throat and let out like these weird noises like, that I've never heard come out of a human. And his eye, like you could see that there was like sheer fear in his eyes, which in turn, I was like, holy shit, I might have just killed John.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was sitting there like grabbing his throat, like trying to like freak. His face is turning red. He couldn't breathe, and I was like, John, quit playing. And he about died. It took him I don't know. It was probably like 30 seconds to take a long 30 seconds to take his first breath, and he was sitting there choking, and he was like scared. Like he didn't laugh about it or anything. He was like he was really scared, which scared me, and I was like, well, back to cup checking.
Back to cup checking we go. Now I remember back we went on like a youth trip at my church, and I think we were in St. Louis. Well, we was at the hotel. Me and my buddy were just thinking of something to do, to be
When you're
wild.
bored,
Yeah.
shit happens.
So we went in Dick's Sporting Goods.
Talking about cup checking.
And we went in there and we bought us a couple cups. And we was like, yeah, I said, we're gonna like play some pranks. So we put them cups on, and we was walking around, and like, we tell people, be like, hey, I'll let you hit me in the balls, for $1. And I'm like, no, you won't. I was like, dude, here it is right here. Hey, they just reach out and pop it and be like, all right, give me $1. Heck, they'd give me $1. And we was making money hand over fist.
Golly.
We had to act like it was hurting.
Well, they didn't realize the tink and the hard knuckles. It wasn't.
They were like,
And knock on wood.
Like I didn't realize how hard it would make you.
Yeah. He must have got bit by one banana spiders.
My youth pastor boy, he's just looking at us. He's like, y'all ain't right. But no, we was wild when we was young.
Stay wild.
Hopefully
Stay
I'm out of that
flies.
phase.
Yeah,
You look back on it now and you're like, boy, I was stupid. I'd have punched myself in the mouth if I was, but that's part of growing up.
They used to
Growing up.
play the daggum
Now-
quarters on your knuckles and
Yep.
stuff, bloody knuckles.
Yeah, that was another big one too.
Yeah.
Like talking about earlier, how you could just get hurt doing anything. I like the old saying, like not just talking about life in general. You don't.
They'll
you
get
don't
old and
stop
wise.
playing-
Oh, man.
You don't stop playing the game, then get old. You get old because you stop playing the game. Like
Yeah.
you can apply that to whatever.
Yeah.
I remember like, man, when we were younger, all the adults going to bed early, and like, which me and Scott are still, Scott especially, but like people will be wanting to stop, whether we're drinking with friends or doing whatever. You're like, man, like, why is everybody always wanting to go to bed early or do this or stop or whatever? But I don't know, it's weird because everybody kind of grows out of all the fun stuff. Like, I'm glad we grew out of some of the stupid stuff, but like, I think everybody does just in life. Like, they still feel like in their mind that they're young or kids or whatever, but you see like just how life changes when, whether it's family or whatever. Getting up and taking off like at a dead sprint when we were
Oh,
kids.
dude. I can't even put my socks on this morning without hurting my
Dude.
back.
if somebody like woke me up and they're like, you got to take off running right now, even if it was like at a dead sprint, 100 yards, dude, I would probably tear both of my Achilles. My lower back would rupture.
Yeah.
I don't know what that just. Everything. I was thinking about that the other day, like, and I know you had to do it a lot too, Scott. But like getting woke up in basic training or boot camp.
I dreamed of
and
this
they're like,
last night.
"Take off," and just take off sprinting, doing whatever. There is absolutely no physical way that I could do that right now without absolutely destroying my body.
I dreamed last night that me, you, and I don't know who else just said, hey, let's join back in. So we all went back in the Marine Corps, and we had to go through basic training because, for one, I've been out long enough. And I remember, like, getting there and just, like when you were a kid and you knew you were about to get in trouble from mom and dad, you've done it before, you know the repercussions. I remember, like, getting off the bus and the yellow footprints and be like, no. Because I'm thinking, like, man, like, all the times that, like, I sprained my ankle immediately. My knees were so swollen, like, they were unrecognizable. I had hurt my wrists and had pneumonia the entire time and bronchitis. Like, I had it the entire time. It was miserable. And then I'm like, then after that, I'm going to be put somewhere for 4 years and have no freaking idea where I'm going and be stuck. And I'm going to be the lowest guy on the totem pole. Like, even though I was a sergeant when I got out, like, in my mind, I had to start all over. I'm like, I'm 32 years old, going to be in charge of, by 18-year-olds.
19 and 20.
You know, like, dude, it was a nightmare. I woke up, like, damn near in a panic attack. And I had that dream every once in a while, like, I'm just going to go back in. Because sometimes I miss it, you know, and like we were talking earlier about the physical fitness and, you know, like the mindset. You don't have that on a civilian side. It's hard to get that. You know, you're
just got to be disciplined.
Yeah, you're an oddball out whenever you have that mindset in today's time, just out in civilian world.
I had that same dream recently.
Dude, it was literally last night.
I went in and was like in my dream, I was really excited, and then I don't remember what it was. It was kind of like a vague, like fuzzy dream, but I remember like immediately showing up and same thing, like, hey, you're starting back at the bottom, and like in the dream, I was like.
Yeah, because like, and the DIs knew I was active or prior active, and they told one of them, like, we had a guy as a CB, he was an E6 CB, and they're like, hey, we respect you for what you've been in, like you've been in as long as some of us have, but like as right now, you know, you're private such and such. But he had a stack on his chest where he's been and done all this stuff, but he had to start over, had to do basic training again, and that was kind of the deal. Like me and you'd already been prior service, but we still got treated like shit.
Like back then, the advantage that we had was young, dumb, and maybe not motivated, but just the
competitive.
How much the motivation of fear goes a long way.
Yes,
not knowing.
I was fearful.
Going in, then we're young and just like physically we're way better off. I think now, I don't know. I'm definitely way more of a pussy now than what I was then, as far as just like. Whatever, like mentally knowing what to expect would be a little bit of an advantage, but also it would be like
also know how bad it's gonna suck. Yeah, before it's a fact of unknown.
Physically, it would be tough. Like mentally, I would try to think going there knowing like no matter what, because back then you're like, man, we're getting in trouble. It takes you a little while to realize that it's just part of the
mind
game. You gotta
games.
play. You're never gonna do everything right. It's just you're gonna get messed with, fucked with, day and night for months, and it sucks. But yeah, I had that dream too, and I was like, I do miss it. There's a lot of stuff that I miss about it, but God, that dream was just like you said, turned into a nightmare. I was like, oh.
You know,
sorry.
I was thinking I was watching a deal about these Navy SEAL guys, and they were talking about going through SEAL training and, like, you know, how powerful your mindset is. Because he said, like, dude, he's like, there was times where it was like you felt like you were going to die. You're shivering, you can't breathe, you're underwater. And he said the only hope of light that we had was if we can get through this training, we get to eat. And he said that was the only thing I was hanging on to there. He's like, I just got to make it to where we get to eat. You know,
I couldn't imagine what them guys go through.
Yeah, dude, but I mean, that kind of stuff goes to show you. Like, I mean, you've always heard the term, "Your mind's a powerful."
100% is.
And dude, like, you look at guys like that like survive stuff, and it's like. And then they tell you the story, and it's like, I just kept telling myself.
Yeah.
And you are, you know, that's why, you know,
like it's not impossible. Everybody there, they make it feel like it's impossible, but everybody there that's training you made it through. So you got to think like it's doable. It's all between the ears.
Yeah. And having that conversation literally plays in like right now, how we're like, hoping this podcast makes it, hoping Rack Attack makes it, hoping you get your realtor license. You know, dadgummit, if we just said, hey, nobody's going to freaking stop us, it wouldn't matter that you're in Texas. It wouldn't matter that you're at MoDOT trying to do better. It doesn't matter that I can't work overtime and low on money. It doesn't matter Tony's doing construction. It doesn't matter that Derek's in Wisconsin full of snow. Like, if we just said, hey, put your hand in right now. If you're going to do it, do it. If not, don't. But if you're going to do it, and that's what it takes.
Well,
and what it's going to have to take.
It comes down to 2 words, I think, is if and when.
Yeah.
Like you can either say if this works or when this works.
Yep.
And if you say when this works, you're telling your mind that this is gonna work. And that's what I've been trying to do. That's kind of my New Year's thing, is like, be more positive, be more like, I ain't gonna try this. Like, this is gonna happen. And I'm gonna make it happen. I know there's gonna be setbacks. I know there's gonna be
in steps too, because you also have to learn to take what you're doing and still yet have your family, and still yet not lose sight of you, but make you a better you. And that's probably gonna be my resolution too. Is just knuckling down and it's not being a sayer, being a doer. And
just like a fighter. Like, you're gonna have to learn how to get beat up. Like, that's a skill. You have to learn how to get beat up and get back up. Like
Sylvester Stallone. It doesn't matter how hard you can hit, how hard you can get hit and get back up again. And that's how winners made. Adrian.
No, there is a lot of truth to that.
It 100% is, man. And that's,
you can't just win your whole life. I mean, there's nobody that has ever been successful that I know of that hasn't lost a battle in their life.
Yeah. And that's how our season goes with hunting. We can get negative so easy because, we're not seeing deer and blah, blah, blah. I got to take all my camera gear out here and pretend today's a day. Or some days I don't film hardly at all. And that would have been the time that something happens and I would have kicked myself in the butt for not being prepared.
It feels weird going.
Chance favors prepared mind.
Weird. Yeah, it would feel weird to go not hunt or whatever, or to not film while hunting or whatever.
It would.
Yeah, they say there's like the saying there's value in defeat.
Absolutely.
Like there's value in
and humility.
Whatever it may be. Yeah, there's definite value in it. For sure. There's a only up from here. But while we're sentimental, I got to tell a story because I cracked up saying it. But you're talking about the Navy SEAL thing or whatever, and just how hard it is and stuff. There's this guy. I was watching a video of this guy that went through SEAL training. He's retired now. He was actually part of Black Hawk Down. He was one of the. But when he went through SEAL training, he's talking about there's two phases of SEAL training. Like, there's the people that start buds. And then they go to Hell Week, and then there's the people that made it through Hell Week. Because Hell Week, you're awake for 5 days straight, no sleep or whatever. And if you make it through Hell Week, then the chances of passing SEAL training goes up significantly. But there's this guy, he said he was 18 years old. He's going to buds, going to SEAL training, and everybody, when you're in SEAL training, you're making it. It still sucks really bad, but you see these other classes that are going through Hell Week, and if they get on the other side of it, you look at them like, wow, they really accomplished something, and they did. That stuff's really hard. And he said that he was there's no way to mentally prepare for it. Rob O'Neill, the same guy that you were saying that just make it to the next meal. He's like, you can't really prepare for it. He's like, it's gonna suck no matter what. He's like, so if somebody's like, man, we're gonna kick you in the nuts every day, and it sucks. So he's like, you don't prepare for that by telling somebody hey, why don't you kick me in the nuts every day for a couple weeks so I'm getting used to it. He's like, you never get used to it. It just sucks. But that's not the same guy that I was telling. This guy was he was looking at all these people that made it through Hell Week, and he was like, man, he just wanted to know everything, asking questions hey man, what's it like? And there's this one dude that during one of they're out in the shore or whatever, and super, super cold down in the 40s. A lot of people get hypothermic and stuff, and this guy ends up quitting or whatever. He's like, once you quit, they have everything you want. You have warm food, you have clothes, dry clothes, your warm blankets or whatever, so it's really tempting. And this one guy ends up quitting, and this guy that hasn't went to Hell Week, he's in SEAL training, was told to take this guy back to the barracks or whatever, that way you can get in a warm shower and all this stuff. He's like, so I was trying to muster up the the confidence to ask him, like, hey man, like, what's it like? Like, why'd you quit? Like, what was so bad about it? You know, because he's just like nervous and anxious about it. And he said he takes this guy like back to the barracks, and right before he was about to close his door, he said he was all wrapped up in this like wool blanket. He's like, hey man, I gotta ask you, like, why'd you quit? Like, what was the reasoning? And he was like, man, he's like, I was so cold that I would have sucked a big black dick just to feel the warm cum land on my face. And he was like, and he was like, what? And then he's like, and then I went to Hell Week. But he was like, it was so funny. I cracked up the way he tells it. He's like, it was that bad? It was hilarious.
It'd be desperate times.
But but yeah, those times like that, like, I mean, sometimes the what ifs hurt worse than the moment you're in, you know, because like, that's how I am, at least. Like, you know, sometimes you feel like giving up and stuff like that, but you know, on the other side of that, you're going to kick yourself in the butt harder and you're going to just be like, man, I'm harder on myself than I am anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I kick my wife. She's like, how do you do that? And I'm like, you don't want to know. Like, I mean, I talk to myself like a drill sergeant in my head, you know, like, and it's just that the only way I know how to make myself do something, you know, like, my wife's like, I couldn't do that. I don't like that, you know. And I was like, well, I guess everybody's a little bit different. But like, I mean, I have to be hard on myself and tell myself, you're going to do this, and there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. It's just going to happen, you know.
So I feel like getting up in the mornings, dude. I wish I had something in me that made myself get up better. But it's,
well, you have to
stay up. So
that,
you know, it just, even when I was in the Corps, like I had a hard time getting around in the morning and doing stuff. I just not a morning person. But once you get used to it, it does feel good to get up and like, get a workout in, or like you get a morning devotional in every morning. Like, that is awesome. I have a hard time getting up.
Mike Tyson or whatever, when he says that discipline is doing something you love but getting up and doing it every day, like, or doing something you hate but getting up and doing it every day like you love it.
Yeah.
Like certain things you hate, and like the fear of, I think about this probably more than I should, or I'm sure everybody thinks about it. But you think about like people on their deathbed, or when you're at the end of your life, and you're like, man, nobody's ever going to be like, man, I wish I would have spent more time at work. But then again, like, what is work or whatever? And nobody wants to look back, and I'm sure everybody that's in life has some things that they look back on, like, man, I wish I would have done this different or that different. But you don't want to be looking back at your life 30 years from now when you're on the latter half and be like, man, I just wish I would have done more. Like, you don't want to have that. Like, you want to be like, man, I tried. And whether it worked out or not, but you want to be, like, honest with yourself. Like, man, I could have done a lot more with myself. And I think a lot of people, it's easy to get wrapped into that.
It's easy to get comfortable and not get out of your comfort zone.
Change. Like, you can't fail. If you have kids and stuff, and there's like, man, I really need to go after this, or I really, like, I should pursue this, but like, you have to have this, like, if you don't have to have this paycheck coming in to pay the mortgage or pay this or pay that, so it's very scary.
It's super scary, and it's just, man, anybody that's made it had to make sacrifices, and they took that leap.
Oh yeah,
but it's hard to say you're going to do it, and then like, that's a different aspect of being and not an if but when guy. It's like, it's tough, man. Especially like we said, if your spouses aren't making the kind of money that you are, and they're relying on you, you know, if you don't have that coming in, then, I know objects aren't everything, but dadgum, in today's time, you can't just get rid of a house because you already paid top dollar for it. You know, we're at a time where the market's already high, it ain't really going up. It's just kind of staying high. Like, you can't if you do get your money back, then you got to find a place to go, and you still got to pay for gas and a vehicle and insurance to get back and forth from work. Then you have a breakdown, and that's a week's paycheck to cover your breakdown. The whole reason you're trying to get to work in the first place, what was getting you there, now is costing you your work. And then you got food, you know, golly, man, one night of eating for friends or family is $100, no matter what, whether you're cooking or eating out.
But I'm getting to this point. Do what?
Calculated risk. I'm saying, like, it's like you have to have like calculated risk, and people's like, oh, you should have tried it, but and that's another thing, getting started earlier in life when you don't have the responsibilities, that you're done, like, you're not in your mature mind, like, the
mindset's
exactly, that's
late teens and early 20s different. But when you're getting later in life and you're becoming more like settled, more, and the older you get, the more you're relied upon by somebody or
Yeah.
or whatever something. So it's tough. It's a lot of people's like, man, uh, like look at these people that never wanted to do anything with their life and worked a blue collar job or whatever, making like you got to be your own boss if you're wanting to ever make real money or be successful. Like, do you think anybody that works these hard physical labor jobs don't want better?
Yeah.
Sometimes like everybody wishes they could
Yeah.
work less and make
Well,
more.
and every job has to be filled.
And it's respectable.
You can't. Not everybody can be a boss. The world wouldn't.
Exactly.
We wouldn't
Everybody
roll.
can be successful.
You know, you have to
Like,
have the guys pumping toilets. You have to have the guys mopping floors, and you have to have executives making executive decisions. But you know, there is capabilities for a lot of people to grow, and some people are just fine with getting by and just living simple. You know,
Well, that's how, like, you know, we were talking earlier about you grow up and you kind of get out of the party mode and this and everything. That's really how I feel like I've been here lately. Like, you know, in my 20s, like, I mean, I was happy just going to work at a factory job. Like that was all I wanted. As long as my bills were paid, I had beer with my buddies. Like, that's all I wanted. And then I had a kid. And then that was still fine with me. And then here I am, you know, in the 35, and it's like, man, it just feels like in the back of my brain that I was meant to do something else, or there's something else that I could do.
We have that calling, and I feel the same way.
And it's like, you know,
Hope and-
yeah, you just got this drive in you, and you don't know where this drive's leading you. You just know you've got it. And so you're trying, you know, you're pouring into outlets, and like right now, like I'm really just trying to pour into myself and make myself a better person. And that's like you were talking about New Year's goals. Like that's what I'm going to try to do this year is just come out of 2026 a different man than I was in 2025.
Be me, but a better me.
2027, I'm going to do the same thing. Like, I mean, and I don't mean I want to make more money than anybody else or, you know, anything to do with money. I just want to be something better than I was. That's all that matters to me.
Success is in the eye of the beholder. Like, success isn't the same for everybody, but it's like if you come out of it or approach each day, and it's so much easier said than done, but and I'm the world's worst at not doing it, but if you like approach each day with like optimism and hope or whatever, and that sounds kind of like gay, not gay, but just like
cliche in a way, but it's not.
Cliche.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it is true.
That's very
true.
true.
Each day with a
It's hard to
positive
be
attitude,
positive,
like,
man.
That's what, like,
It is.
I was telling my buddy today at work, like, that's something that I've been implementing, and it's really changed my view on every day. Is like when my alarm goes off, instead of like, you know, usually I'd mope into the thing, brush my teeth, and go into the living room and you know, take my pre-workout and go to the gym. And that was it. And like now, as soon as my alarm goes off, before I even go into the bathroom, I drop down physically on my knees in prayer mode. And I remember I just tell God, I'm like, thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for giving me my family. Thank you for a house over my head. Thank you for, you know, warmth in my house. Some people are living out on the street. You know, at least I've got, you know, thank you for everything you've done.
Right.
And then like from that point, then I go brush my teeth and I still continue to just try to be thankful. Think of things that I'm thankful for, because I think when you get in that thankful mode, dude, it just like transforms your whole mind to like, you know, you're just in a positive mood. You see your buddy at the gym, it's immediately a smile and, hey bud, how you doing? You know, it's just like you're uplifting then at that moment, and you're doing other people better because they get inspired by what you're doing, you know.
We're surrounded by negativity, and it takes people like that to motivate somebody to be positive. Because, man, to get in that mindset, especially to make yourself do that, dude, that's tough.
And
and then to express it is tough, but people need that, you know, and it takes people like that to create a chain. You know, you're going to create a chain reaction, and eventually you'll be surrounding yourself around those kind of people instead of being the naysayers in a group.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of that, I mean, 90 or I'd say 100% of that is putting down your pride. Dropping down on your knees, that shows the ultimate form of like, look,
it's humility. It is. It's taking responsibility.
I can't do this on my own. Like I need some help, you know, like,
because I'm my own worst enemy and my own demise and sometimes my own successes, but there's always something else pulling at the strings that's really in control. You know, it's not me at all, but
we've been blessed with better off than a lot of people.
Absolutely,
exactly,
man.
And when you really think about that, like I was telling Logan last year at deer camp, you know, he works at Sears Youth Center, so he works with a lot of troubled teens, and I was telling him, you know, I said, dude, you know, like when you really get down and think about it, like me and you were very lucky for how we were raised. Like, we didn't have the best parents. We could point out flaws in both of our parents, you know,
We
what
all
we
could.
think.
Yeah.
But like I said, I never had to once worry about my dad raping me, you know, like,
Yeah.
and that's a
Yeah.
blessing to me, because like Logan's like, dude, I see it every day there at work. And he's like, you know, some of these kids, they come in here and they don't have a chance.
Yeah.
And it's just like breaks your heart when you think about that. You're like, man, you know, it's like, what are them kids even? I mean, and a lot of them kids do make it out of that. You know, there's hope for them kids,
Yeah.
but like, it takes people like Logan that work in those jobs. You know, it's not a high paying job, but he's working.
He's one of the biggest hearts you can find.
Exactly.
And,
And
has the
and
patience
he's gonna
to
you know,
deal with it.
and
you know.
him doing that might change somebody's life, and that dude might turn out to be a millionaire. You know, you never know what
Yeah.
kind of impact, or just be a successful person and
Yeah.
know how to, and then help a lot of people in the process of conquering people that have went through trauma like that. Like,
Yeah. And the world needs that. That, you know, Logan could have very well been somebody that's a boss somewhere with whatever, or worked with his dad at KJAX, you know, but instead God's put him in that place to be an influence to other people that, you know, I
Exactly.
couldn't do that. I don't have the patience for it. My mindset's just a little bit different. I don't deal with the whining, you know.
yeah, it's
But-
hard for me to understand how to like
Yeah.
deal with kids, you know, and not saying that I couldn't, because I mean, you can do anything you want to put your mind to. You just got to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
But like, it would be hard for me to transcend my mind and to,
Yeah. So I say we just need to work on our mindset coming
Exactly.
up, and that's with even the small things that we're doing here. We'll close this up with kind of getting off subject, but it's a good thing to talk about, because they're going to learn who we are and why we do what we do and our mindsets, and we're growing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's things that we can't answer for, but, you know, it's okay to talk about it and to see where everybody else's mindset is, because you're going to learn something from somebody else talking to them. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, especially, like you said, good people, but with good mindsets and patience, and having a calling. Even like you said, we can't understand what the calling is, but something's tugging on us. You know, we're already doing something different. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Trevor's on the riverboat working on his pilot's license. I'm at a rock quarry as a loader operator. It's all I do. You know, you work for MoDOT, but we're all trying to do something different and better, that people will look at us and point fingers and be like, hey, why are you doing that? Or, you know, they're just make jokes about it, whether it's your physical fitness, you know, or why you know, some of your situations that's personal. You know, why are you doing that? Is there something calling because you're being an influence to somebody? You know, you're being a father figure to somebody. I'm being hopefully some kind of an entertainment influencer on the media stuff, and, you know, you're trying to get into the real estate and helping people change lives with owning up their dream property, and you're doing this, and you got me started in this. You know, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I would be sitting there being, well, next year I'm going to start this, or I'm going to think about doing this, or I really, really want to.
Yep. And a lot of times, like I said, I'm telling you, like, the things that you think that you're gonna, never in a million years would I ever thought that would have been a calling of mine.
Yeah.
You know, I've told myself a million times, I'm not a people person. I can't do that. You know,
Yeah,
like,
but you are.
But then, like, it's like God came down and He spoke to me. He's like, you are. You just
Yeah.
gotta learn. You know, you just gotta do this. Like,
Yeah.
trust me. Like,
Yeah.
I got you. You know, and just listening to little hints like that, and it's like, you know, everybody has a unique set of skills, no matter who you are. You just gotta, you'll figure them out, and
Yeah.
it may not be right away. You know,
It's usually when you're not even searching
Exactly.
for them. Honestly, it just comes to you.
yeah. And I hope everybody finds that. That's
Yeah.
my goal in life, right
Yeah.
there, is to help everybody, to just push them to, you know, be better people, to search yourself. Like, just keep trying.
Yeah.
You know, kill big deer too. I mean,
Yeah.
don't stop doing that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and turkeys.
That's the reward of trying to be a better person. You know?
Exactly. Yep.
Well, Trevor, what do you got, man? Kind of took off on a ramble there.
No, I'm with you guys. I mean,
Show us your nipples.
Yeah, let's see that.
my like your mindset is a superpower if you have the right one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I am 3 seconds away from painting my underwear.
Okay.
2 cups of coffee.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
bother you guys.
Man, appreciate you jumping on.
Yeah.
We may do it again later in the week. So this one's for tomorrow. I got to upload this as soon as we get done. You're a few days from being back to a different boat and different atmosphere. And
Hold on,
3
buddy.
seconds away from shitting your pants. And
Yeah, they're calling.
yeah.
Hey, it's all in your mind.
Yeah, it's all in your mind. Mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Well, all right, man. Thanks for hauling with us. We'll catch you on a different day.
Talk to you later.
Nice
you,
seeing
man.
you, Trev.
See you guys.
See you, bub.
But that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I
That
think
was a new experience.
Hopefully it worked out good. I hear a little bit of like a gray noise in my headphones, but a lot of times I hear that, and it's just static within the equipment because it's not expensive equipment. I mean, really, these are like $75 a piece for the mics and the headphones and the stand. And relatively speaking, as far as equipment, that's not bad. But it seems like I usually don't pick that up on the actual audio. But
Yeah, you hear a lot more in these than you do when, like, if you're
Yeah.
watching it on TV or something.
and I
so.
think I can run some denoiser on it if that's the case. But you got anything to close out with?
Man,
Spoke on a lot of things there.
yeah, I mean, I think this is, what I like, I enjoy doing. And whether or not, it takes me anywhere down the road or not, I'm going to keep doing it. And
Yeah.
I mean, just because it's making me a better person as I go. It's not just it's not just to help other people, but it's also to help myself. And in the process, that's my main goal, is just to be.
Well, like it's easy to bottle.
Inspirational,
It
like,
is.
really.
You are, man, and it's easy to bottle this stuff up, and expressing it to us, or me and you. It's like that's kind of pulling at my strings even harder because if I bottled up by myself or talk to some people, some guys just don't get it, and can't relate, or just I feel like I'm just speaking to a wall.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, 100%, man. It really does, dude.
Yep.
So with this, hopefully we can all grow and become more educational. Or more education. I don't really care to be educational.
Hopefully, one of these days here coming up soon, I'll be on here and I'll say, "Hey, I killed a deer," or I
got
seen one.
really soon.
Yeah, next 2 weekends I gotta get her done.
Yeah, well, we got muzzleload season this next weekend, still going on. Excuse me, or alternative season. So hopefully then we can get some meat in the freezer. I'd like to get another doe down, and if at all possible, and a blessing would be a buck.
You know what would be
great, but-
cool? We ought to try this. I don't know if we could do it. I don't even know if it would be possible. You know all the stuff to make it work, but is there any way we could do a podcast up at the farm?
Yeah. This right here
Like,
is a
will that-
portable. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Sit around the Leroy's
Yeah.
table right there and just kind of set everything
Yeah.
up.
Or if not, I can just run those lapel mics, and we
Or
can do it
sitting
on.
around a campfire,
Yeah.
like right there. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, if we had to, I could just run a shotgun mic and just pick up all the audio. But yeah, we can run this. This is a portable system. If you can run batteries in it, and just use it.
Do you
as
have to have a computer?
No,
Really?
Nope.
That's awesome.
no. I can take just that and this, and we can do it.
And it'll all record just to this
Yep.
right here. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, we don't even have to run video. I mean, we can just do audio too. But it doesn't hurt to have like plugging that up. A full battery charge will last the entire conversation.
That would be cool. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
have to plan that. But
Yeah. So I want to again give out some shouts to Vika Camouflage Gear. They've helped us out this year and been wearing their stuff, and I really like it. I'm wearing some of their just casual apparel right now, and you guys can go to VikaGear.com, or if you want to help us out, you can come through me and allow us to make a couple dollars on selling some merch too. But check out Vika Gear. Or it might just be Vika.com. But Vika Gear, I think, is the social media network. But they're out of Mountain Home, Arkansas. Got some really good quality stuff. Hit up Extreme Hunting 365 for your mineral and your protein stuff. Or if you guys want to book a hunt through Ronnie Kaufman and Brad Muse, they got a really good setup down there in Lehigh, Oklahoma. And their product, you can, again, go through us and help us out, or just go to their website and order through them directly. I'm not going to tell you to do either or, but if you want to help us out, we can do that for you. If you guys are interested in some hats or beanies or stuff like that, we can have things made. Swilly's got one.
Yep,
Trevor's just wearing one. We can, we don't really make anything on that, but it allows us to be able to buy some and sell some and buy some and sell some.
Well,
That's
they
really
call
all it
that
does.
the new school drip.
Is that maybe?
Yeah, I think that's what the kids call it.
Ooh, I'm selling. I'm selling some bad drip.
Some drip, man. Some merch.
Some merch.
No,
Let's
but
see.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
You got anybody else?
I mentioned South Texas Bucks and Bows, some place we're getting ready to go to. We love going down, and no benefit with us, just trying to help them out. He's got a really cool operation, a small mom and pop operation, but damn, it's a lot of fun. They treat you like royalty.
Treat you right,
man.
you treat them right.
Dude. He's
Scratch my back, you scratch
absolutely.
yours.
Him and his wife are top tier people.
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in going to ATA, it's open to the public. I think next weekend. I can't remember the exact dates. What that is, like the 9th.
Yeah.
Somewhere on there. You can see a lot of the new stuff coming up in the industry. And yeah, with that, man, hope you guys have had a good Christmas and a good New Year. Be safe out there. Do good things. Get your mindset right.
Yeah, if you guys are into fitness, I was going to tell you, I got a buddy that's got a very inspirational story that he said he'd be willing to do it. So stay tuned, and we'll talk fitness sometime. And
yeah.
I mean, this dude's an absolute unit.
He's a monster.
Yeah, and he's been very successful at creating online fitness coaching. So you just stay tuned, and we'll bring him in here sometime.
Yeah, man. Stay wild and fling some arrows. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.